All right. Hello and welcome back and welcome to my TED Talk. This is Money Minds. And today we are talking about a stock that I continue to cover on this channel, Prospect Capital. Why do I continue to cover this stock? Well, because the price continues to be enticing and so does the dividend yield. Right now, Prospect Capital is still under $3 where it has been for the past couple of months. All right. It's still under $3. It's hovering anywhere from around $2.60 to $2.70. And the other day, about 2 days ago, we got a little bit of news because the CEO went out and purchased over $1 million worth of Prospect Capital. And I'm going to tell you why that matters. To some people anyway. I'm going to tell you why that matters. It matters because to a lot of people, seeing the CEO come out and purchase $1 million worth of their stock at a time when the company is at an all-time low as far as its price appreciation or depreciation in this case, it says something to the average investor and to a lot of investors. It says that the CEO is confident regardless of the headwinds, regardless of the company's fluctuations, regardless of the company's stock price faltering and failing and being down 50, 60%, despite those things, the CEO making this move says to people that he has the utmost confidence in Prospect Capital and their business model going forward in the future. And that instills a lot of hope in the average investor. I'm not going to lie. I am tempted still, even with the price. And listen, I have been burned by Prospect Capital. I'm going to put my positions up here on the screen so that you can see them, so that you know that I don't just talk it, I walk it. All right. I share everything, my losses, my gains, everything. I don't believe in that shit I don't believe in the stuff that y'all prescribe to when y'all sign up for Patreons to people that never show you their portfolios. I never understood that. So I'm willing to share my losses with y'all. It's okay. We're here to learn. Yes, you're going to make mistakes as an investor. And I believe Prospect Capital is one of the mistakes that I got into when I first started investing. And however, I think right now as an investor, it might be a prime time. If you are willing to risk it all, listen to me. If you are willing to trade high risk for high reward, I think Prospect Capital may be of interest to you as a dividend investor. Please understand that you are risking a lot because going forward, there's nothing that says that this stock will not decrease in price appreciation and price point, but there's also nothing that says that they won't cut their dividend even further than what it is right now, which right now they're paying out 0.045% or 0.045 cents per share. Okay. Now, what happens with stocks like this, I'm going to tell you what happens before we get into this article a little bit. I'm going to tell you what happens. And actually, let me go to it. All right. So I got to pull it up here. Let me tell you what happens with stocks like Prospect Capital. When these stocks drop in price drastically, as it has here, when they drop in price drastically, but they continue to pay out their dividend, what happens is as the price drops, the dividend ratio, payout ratio, and the yield rises. So whereas before it was at 17, 18%, because the price of the stock has dropped so drastically, the dividend yield now is now higher. So you're getting that 20% dividend yield on each position that you own. Why? Because it has depreciated so much in value as far as the stock price goes that the yield has risen as a result of it. So do not be fooled. Okay, they're still paying out monthly because at this point, I don't think that they can afford to announce that they're not going to pay out monthly. I think that if they announced tomorrow that they were no longer going to pay out monthly, that they were going to switch to quarterly or even semi-annually, I think that investors would run for the hills. They would run for the hills. Because really, the only reason to be invested in a company like Prospect Capital, even at this juncture, is for the dividend yield. That's what you're investing for right now. And so you're playing a game of Russian roulette with your finances. All right. This is financial Russian roulette. Please be clear. I'm here to be real with y'all. But if you are willing to play that game, if you are willing to risk, if you're willing to play a high risk for a high reward type of stakes, then Prospect Capital Corporation right now might be a time for you to buy. I'm not even going to say you. I'm going to say me. I'm going to use me as the example here. I'll be the guinea pig. And so I think I will be throwing a couple dollars into this, because I've already been invested thus far, and my average price for a Prospect Capital is somewhere around $4 to $5, y'all. So really, what do I have to lose in throwing just a couple more dollars into Prospect Capital? But listen, make no mistake about it, this is the ultimate dividend trap. This is what people say. This is what investors talk about when they mention the term dividend trap or dividend yield trap. This is the company that they're talking about. Make no mistake about it. You get trapped by the dividend yield. You get enticed because you see that 20%. You're like, oh my God, they're paying out a 20% dividend yield that pays monthly? Huh. Here's my money. And so you get trapped in by the dividend yield percentage. You get trapped in by the fact that they're paying out a monthly payout. While the entire time, your money is slowly being drained in price appreciation or depreciation, because the stock is falling and falling and falling and continues to fall. Really quick, the forecast is telling you, one analyst, they didn't even put multiple analysts on this one. They gave him one. They gave you one analyst, and that analyst is telling y'all to sell. It's telling you to sell. Okay? It's telling you to sell. And if we go over to the overview and we look at the history, look, I'm going to go to 1 month. Down 8.5%. Year to date, down nearly 40%. Year to date. Year chart, they're down 50%. Listen, the numbers speak for themselves. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? The numbers speak for themselves. Prospect Capital is in a disastrous state right now. But if you are willing to risk a high yield, high reward for also high risk, you might be enticed to buy some more shares of Prospect Capital. I know somebody that I talked to, I swear to God. I talked to him, we talk about Prospect Capital and we talk about AGNC all the time. And what he told me was he just went and bought 10,000 shares of Prospect Capital. 10,000 shares. And this is in one of his retirement funds. This is an older gentleman that I know. He went and bought 10,000 shares, and he said that he's going to let that just compound and compound and compound right now. And he doesn't really care what the price is right now. Now, I'm not telling you all to go and do that. But really quickly, let's go over this. This is the summary of the article right here. Prospect Capital Corporation offers a tempting 20% yield and deep discount to NAV, but fundamentals continue to deteriorate. PSEC's declining net asset value, rising non-accruals, and weakening dividend coverage signal ongoing financial erosion and capital loss risk, which is what I just talked about. Despite defensive portfolio shifts and strong liquidity, PSEC's changes may be too late, with further dividend cuts and share price declines likely. You see that right there? They're saying that it's likely that the price will even go down even more, and so will the dividend, right? Given macro headwinds and persistent underperformance, I recommend avoiding PSEC until at least year end, despite its high yield and discount. I do think that PSEC right now is undervalued, but it's hard to argue that when you have this NAV erosion as we do. It's hard to argue that when the company's performance is not necessarily great. It's hard to argue that when you see a company like PSEC consistently and over the course since its conception is down 50 to 55 to 60%. It's hard to argue those things, right? So you have to use your own discretion. There's no other way to get around it. CEO's bold move, massive stock purchase signals confidence in Prospect Capital. This is the positive, if you will. CEO John F. Berry has made a significant investment in Prospect Capital by purchasing 384,000 shares of the company's stock. This transaction is valued at $1,021,440, showcasing his confidence in the company's future prospects. Okay, so in the past 24 hours, Prospect Capital has been in the spotlight due to several key developments. The CEO has made a significant insider purchases, acquiring a substantial number of shares, which indicates confidence in the company's future. Additionally, Prospect Capital and an affiliate completed an $18 million investment in The Ridge, which is a physician-led addiction treatment facility, showcasing their strategic investment initiatives. However, the company's price target was recently lowered by Wells Fargo due to challenges such as reduced net operating income, headwinds, and a decline in earnings and net asset value. So, summary, CEO is purchasing more shares saying, hey, regardless of what's happening right now and regardless of what this stock looks like, I am confident in our company. I'm confident in the moves that we're making strategically and financially, and I'm confident that this stock will rise again. So you take that, do with it what you will. Me, personally, I will be purchasing more shares of Prospect Capital. Oh, you're stupid. You're stupid. Worry about your own portfolio, bro. We all invest according to our own needs and according to our own desires and according to what we feel comfortable investing in. Don't ever let somebody talk you out of investing in something because they don't like it. You make this decision, the final decision for yourself. And if your final decision is, yo, this is just a little too risky for me and it doesn't look good, then great. Stick by your conviction. All right. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Quick update on Prospect Capital. I'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.